when we first decided to come up here, we were reaching out to kind of our niche, athletes and things like that.
Absolutely.
We kind of take care of athletes, moms, kind of that kind of thing, and didn't get a whole lot of feedback, from people. But John was like one of the first to, hey, come on by. We can anything you need, and he's been great ever since. It's been a fantastic partnership with them.
Absolutely, and it seems like the bunch of, I don't want to call them kids, but they're so lively. The people he have over there, they're so excited about getting work done and taking care of themselves.
Sure.
They can see the difference.
Yeah. It's great because they're passionate about their fighting. They're all amateurs, but they love what they do. And,
absolutely.
And me being able to help them and kind of just get them on the right track. I'm not doing a whole lot, but getting them, taking care of little bumps and bruises here and there, making sure that they're performing optimally. It's kind of cool to see that happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It feels great when you can get someone just moving a little bit better.
Yeah.
Especially in such a competitive field where
Right.
it feels like every percent matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is that the group that you normally work with? Is like a more athletic type of group?
Typically, that was my starting point. I had a background in athletic training when I was at the University of Arizona.
That's awesome.
I had the opportunity to work with the athletic trainers for the football team, baseball team, and a little bit of the basketball team. So I was, in the dugout, on the sidelines, taking care of athletes, helping the athletic trainers, doing whatever they wanted to do. And before that, in the Navy, I was in a sports medicine clinic for about 6 months.
Okay.
Working with PTs and more athletic trainers, and you're seeing more kind of chronic pain patients there, and working with the PAs, sports PAs, and everything like that. So that's kind of where I was like, okay, maybe I can stick with athletes because it's a cool crowd to be in with, and
absolutely,
I kind of catapulted myself into the sports medicine world at University of Arizona, and then kind of just kept on going when I got into Palmer in Davenport. I got an internship down in the rehab department with Dr. Jerome, Dr. Pavlicek, and Dr. Buck, all pretty well established docs in the field. So they taught me quite a bit. And then as we got into practice closer to graduation, I decided, I want to keep doing that. But then Dr. Tiffany, who's not here this morning, we're pregnant. She got pregnant, and I was like, I had this total mind shift of, okay, athletes cool, but I got to take care of moms now.
Yeah.
I got this, this shift in my paradigm. So
yeah,
and now I've kind of melded the two together because having a child it's a big physical undertaking.
absolutely.
A lot of changes going on, particularly spine, pelvis, musculature, everything like that.
Lifting, moving,
Right.
all sorts of
So much altered biomechanics just having that child growing in the body. So it kind of shifted my focus from athletes to taking care of moms, and then it's coming kind of full circle where I can tie the two together because as we just said, it's a physical undertaking, so we kind of want to make sure that they're in top shape, and then after they delivered postnatally, I want to make sure they get back to the body that they want.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to work on a few certifications with BirthFit, which is kind of cool. It's kind of a DNS inspired rehabilitation program, kind of work on stability, make sure they got their function back. It's kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a rewarding part of the field to get into. And
Yeah.
moms are always overlooked. Always.
Right.
They should actually be called athletes.
I know. I look at them as athletes because who else does that? And then the funny thing was that when I work on moms in the past and do any type of muscle work, trigger point stuff, they just seem to go in this area of zen. I can dig in there as hard as I can, and they're just taking deep breaths. You get a guy on there, some football player, he's jumping off the table at the lightest pressure.
Yeah.
It's kind of the funniest thing. Yeah, it's one of the greatest things.
That was actually my first massage I did at a clinical internship.
Yeah,
it's funny how common that is.
Yeah.
Moms can take it, man. They're wiry. They're tough stuff.
They can take it big time. Yeah.
So how long have you been doing chiropractic work for?
Well, I just graduated in October from Palmer and Davenport, so we're pretty fresh. But
cool.
They put you through a pretty rigorous program. It's 3 and the third years. The first 2 are all classroom, and then you get kind of broken into the clinical world. But your last year or so is you're in the clinic 4 or 5 hours a day. You have a full schedule. They make sure you get plenty of experience prior to leaving the nest.
Just some chump going out.
You pass the test, get out of here, make some money, right?
Yeah.
No, they make sure. You're under the guidance of very experienced doctors. They can correct anything before you even get going. it was a great experience. I learned quite a bit, and every doctor's a little different. It's kind of like cooking a steak, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's, you know, it's largely the same, but there's a little bit. Everybody does it just a little bit different.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What would you say sets you apart? I know we talked about the athletes and the moms a little bit, but is there anything that you notice that is just a little spicier, a little different about what you do?
I like to incorporate a lot of myofascial work.
Excellent.
So we do myofascial stretching, which I just kind of started doing here lately. That's been a big draw.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do the instrument-assisted myofascial release stuff.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Working with the tools and stuff
I
like
got one
that.
of these tools right here. Myofascial releaser that I was going to show off. Oh, I got some tape in there too. But yeah, I use these a lot. So I feel it helps hold the adjustments a lot better.
Oh, for sure.
So it's all about motor pattern firing. You're familiar, you know about fascia and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
but it's okay because they might not.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So if you got the fascia in shape, it helps the body the motor pattern perform more optimally. So if you give the adjustment and the muscles are just doing the exact same thing, that's why you get those chronic pain patterns. Everybody's coming in. I just get adjusted. I feel good for a minute, and then 4 or 5 days later, I'm back to where I was.
Yeah.
That's why I like to incorporate a lot of the fascial work to kind of attack it at both ends. You're taking care of the soft tissue, then you're taking care of the osseous structures as well. Absolutely. And then Dr. Tiffany, she's whole on nutrition. She'll take you from the inside out kind of thing. And she got me on this, her supplement store. She got me some, what are they called? Gut health stuff.
Okay.
Probiotic. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for.
Excellent.
Some probiotics. And I've only been on it for about a week, but I feel fantastic. I didn't realize just a probiotic would have you, jumping out of bed, ready to do some kettlebell swings, like first thing, Yeah. That's how I've been feeling the last 3 or 4 days, and it's been pretty good.
It's such an impact it could have on your day.
Yeah.
Getting started on that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that speaks a lot to chiropractic.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize, just generally speaking, like when those nerves are compressed, when your electrical system's not working right,
sure.
when joints aren't in the right place, you're tough enough to work through it.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean you should keep going like that.
Right.
that should be corrected.
Right. There's there's a book I was reading called The Gift of Injury by Stu McGill.
Okay.
And I can't remember it's a bodybuilder he's a power lifter.
All right.
So he was lifting, 700-800 pounds on a deadlift. He had actually had a stress fracture in his sacrum.
Okay.
And he was just like, oh, I got back pain. I'm a power lifter. That's just kind of the way it is.
Yeah.
And it kind of take his mind off. You have to recover. You can't just, if you have this pain, that's your body's way of kind of setting the alarm off.
Yeah.
So it was a great read just because, it's that mind thing where you have to pay attention to what your body's telling you kind of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. You get so overshadowed by the no pain, no gain mentality.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt, you're not doing it right.
Exactly. And even some therapies that you get into, sure, they have to be mildly intense at times.
Yeah.
But, we don't have to cause pain. We don't have to whoop you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you dig an elbow or dig a thumb into something, you don't need to make them scream kind of thing.
Yeah, there's a limit to that stuff.
Sure.
For sure, man. For sure. All right, so you've been doing chiropractic for a year.
Yeah.
Or roughly.
About a year, yeah.
Things are going well, I'm assuming.
It's starting to get some momentum. Yeah,
awesome.
It's starting to grow a little bit. Yeah.
Very cool, man. I love how you're reaching out to the community.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got to the first part of the recording, but we know each other through average shows. And if you haven't checked them out, go check them out.
Yeah, it's a great place. John and Sandra are fantastic.
Yeah.
They just had a barbecue 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Cool.
Like the team barbecue. John's a big hunter, so he had ram and alligator and bear and chili. It was, I ate so much. it was fantastic. And all their athletes are really cool as well. So
yeah, we'll have to set something up where we're both at one of their big events or something like that. Really compound the therapies and work together.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Because I got a feeling we're going to work well together.
I hope so.
Just from the brief time I've already had with you, I think our businesses and our minds are going to mesh well.
Sure.
So
yeah, I think we're on the same page here.
Absolutely. Because I love athletes. I love anyone who likes to move and wants to keep moving.
Yeah.
Because it's just... I did a class this weekend up in Sedona. Sure. It was a passive range of motion thing, right? Doing really simple things with ourselves, some active range of motion too, right? It's amazing how much just moving your shoulders around, up and down, back and forth, can make you want to move more.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of contagious.
It really is. And then you go and sit at the computer and you say, oh, well, that's where all this went.
Yeah.
You know, because in the body, again, it wants to keep those patterns going, and just so many people get stuck.
Yeah.
If you could see me right now, my shoulders are rounded.
Hunched forward, shoulders rolled in. You know.
I'm sure you're sitting at your computer right now listening to this going, oh, crap. So am I.
Did you sit up all of a sudden? Yeah.
Yeah, I love working with anyone who likes to move, so I think we're going to work well together.
I look forward to it, yeah. It's
Excellent,
great.
Man. Yeah. What big plans do you have for the future? What's going where?
So we both have a lot going on, Dr. Tiff and I. She just took her acupuncture exam.
Whoa, that's awesome.
She took it on Monday, so we'll find out at the end of the month if she passed. She's brilliant, so she definitely did.
Yeah. There's no doubts there. We're just
no
waiting
doubt.
for the results.
She was blowing me out of the water through exams throughout school, so I have no doubt in my mind that she's going to be have her certificate here pretty soon.
So cool.
Or her state license, whatever she needs to get. So she's got that coming. She's working on some Facebook video series on different diets just to kind of clear the waters up.
Awesome.
She's working on how to read food labels, which is very important. It's kind of confusing. You have all this information and what does it mean?
Yeah.
She's going to go through different diets like paleo, ketogenic, pros and cons of all that kind of stuff.
Making it digestible.
Yeah, right. Making it, because everybody's, you got to do this, you got to do that. It's like, well, why? What is the benefit? And that kind of thing. And what does it mean?
Yeah.
So she's got that. She's working on that. And then I'm continuing the athlete mom train on my end. So I'm working on getting a Webster certification, which is a basic protocol that balances the hips. It takes into account some of the piriformis, the round ligaments, and some psoas work as well. And then taking that and going into the birth fit, which is a kind of a Webster / DNS. Are you familiar with DNS?
No, please.
Okay, so it's called dynamic neuromuscular stabilization. It's a fancy word for stability work.
Sounds awesome.
So it's pretty cool. It's got working on a 360 core strength, incorporating diaphragm, breathing.
Awesome.
You get into these positions, you just kind of hold them there, you breathe, I cue you on this and that, let this muscle go,
That's awesome.
Fire here. It's very cool. I got to, when I was at Palmer, I had my internship at the rehab department under Dave Jeering, who's a national instructor who happened to work there, which is fantastic. Every day he was calling me into his office and working on this and that. So I got a lot of experience. I've taken a few courses. So
that's awesome.
And that's kind of where BirthFit kind of came in. It was the bridge between my athletes and my moms.
Uh-huh.
So it's it incorporates a lot of the DNS work as well as helping moms get back to golf or whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
So, and that's what we got going on this year. So
that sounds like a lot to have on your plate, man.
Yeah.
That is awesome, though.
Personally, we're getting married in 3 months.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
and
awesome.
we have a child coming in 2 months.
Second congratulations. Double congratulations.
It's going to be it's quite the year. We kind of loaded it up early, so we'll try to hope to sail it out here in the next couple of years.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited for all the changes, man.
Yeah, me too.
And if there's any way I can help with any of that, with the video series or
sure,
or
yeah.
Even being a practice dummy,
Yeah, sure. We can do a lot of that stuff with the movement stuff. Yeah, that'd be great.
Excellent, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Coming back to the stability stuff, I feel like this part of the body, abdomen type of area, is like the forgotten zone.
Sure.
Of the body, whether it comes to posture, musculature, diet, anything, it's just all gone.
Nobody wants the biceps. Nobody wants the diaphragm.
Yeah, but I want a 50-inch chest. All right, and no, I don't need to care about anything below that. Yeah.
Well, it's the effect of everyone wants the 6-pack and they think core work. They're just going to do 1,000 crunches. But like anything, it's about muscle balance. You have your core isn't just your abs in the front. It's your transverse, your erector spinae. It's all that stuff.
All like you said, full 360.
Yeah, there's the diaphragm on top, the pelvic floor on the bottom, and it's all about making everything working in concert.
Yeah.
So if you overload one side, you're gonna stress another, and it's gonna lead to some dysfunction down the road.
Absolutely.
So my biggest thing is I get people in here and it's like, let's breathe this way, and that's the hardest part of it, just getting to the breathing. Because if you have to. I like to explain it as if you're going to build a fence, like a chain link fence, that first stake you get in the ground, if it's not stable, the rest of that whole fence is just going to be wobbly off that first stake. So we want that nice and, it's got the good base, it's got everything that you can build off of. That's kind of what your core is. It's not just having a six pack or something like that. So
I'm stealing that.
That's
awesome. And I like that.
Came to me in a dream. So that's basically what the idea is, that it's like if we can get your core stable, but just by learning how to breathe and incorporating the diaphragm, everything down the stream, everything becomes more efficient down the road. And it's great for athletes, because if they're breathing, through their shoulders, that's less power they're coming through a punch, or less power going through the kicks, because all these muscles are firing to breathe and have these ribs elevated, and it kind of takes their power down and then exhausts them, because these muscles are spazzing up as well.
Absolutely.
So it's more of a breathing thing to improve performance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because when you get tired, the last thing you're thinking about is body mechanics,
right?
technique.
You're just thinking, please don't get punched in the face.
Yeah, all that goes out the window.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So being involved with athletics, are you an athlete yourself? Or
I played baseball through high school. Through a whole lot of I played like 1 year in high school. I played a whole bunch before. Played like a lot of street football. I'm into sports. I did a lot of powerlifting and bodybuilding stuff when I was younger.
Very cool.
Not so much anymore. I kept getting hurt my shoulder. Do all the bad stuff that I used to do.
Yeah.
Do the 1,000 crunches and stuff like that. But I've learned my lesson. So just being in that sports medicine world kind of changed my whole focus on, you don't need to do 400-pound bench press. How about 10 good push-ups instead? Yeah. Or 10 good pull-ups versus a 500-pound squat or something like that. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Switching up the variation of push-up that you're doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Control your body before you can load it.
Kind
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I giggle at myself now. I'm 27, but I do what I call old man exercises, which are, the 10-pound weights, the positioning.
Yeah.
Making sure I can lift my shoulder in a certain way.
Yeah.
That almost seems to have a more encouraging and better effect on me than the 400-pound stuff or the 200-pound stuff,
Yeah.
That takes a toll on the mind. And I don't get me wrong, I respect guys who are powerlifters and bodybuilders. Mm-hmm. My wife and I did a little bit of that.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Sure.
Lifting heavy stuff and eating that strictly, not for me, man. Yeah. But again, doing the basics, doing quote unquote old man stuff.
When I was in the Navy, there was a lot of people try to get too fancy and all. That's one commander, or this one, I can't remember what his rank was, but he was always said, just be brilliant at the basics, and everything else is a lot easier.
That's awesome.
That's kind of what it is. If you can't, lift your hand over your head, what good is being able to power clean 300 pounds or something like that? So it comes to, what do you want to do with your body, or you just want to beat it up until you fall apart, kind of thing. Yeah.
Which is your choice.
Yeah, you do whatever you want. We're here to help. So
we'll gladly take your money and help you out with that, no problem. That's awesome, man. That's very cool. So still kind of like more fun athletics then, like not doing anything competitive nowadays, just kind of.
Yeah, I kind of have a home gym that I work out of. I just got some kettlebells last week. I think I went a little too heavy on them. I was like 30, 40, 50, that'll be good. I pick up the 50. I'm like, oh boy, haven't done this in a while. But just keeping it simple: row machine, some jump ropes, and a pull-up bar. And that's basically all I got nowadays. So
awesome, man.
Yeah,
awesome. Well, great, man. I mean, do you have anything fun you want to share? Anything that comes up in the day-to-day? Any funny stories so far?
Not a whole lot. Everybody's kind of... Lately, we've been taking care of a lot of feet.
Yeah.
And that's kind of I like taking care of feet as well.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you've ever heard of the Foot Collective.
No. That sounds awesome.
They are a Canadian-based physical therapist that they're all about, minimalist shoes. They have
cool. I'm into that.
Toe spreaders and the lacrosse ball. We actually have a few here.
Nice.
We got them all the way from Canada. And they do they have this really cool beam work. So they have this 6-foot beam that they put together. Mm-hmm. They can elevate them, and you just kind of walk on them and get some balance.
Nice.
Incorporate in the hips. And the guy Nick St. Louis has been fantastic. We had some shipping stuff going on, but he was very diligent about getting us our stuff that we ordered.
Very cool.
And he's cool. He's actually he was floating the idea of coming out here and giving a class, because they go all over the world to teach seminars. So he's a really cool dude if you're into that kind of stuff. Just it's the Foot Collective, so you can find it on Instagram and Facebook and all.
Easy
that
to remember. That's awesome.
And it's kind of changed my whole treatment of people. And it's been lately people coming in, I got this foot pain. perfect. I got what you need. Kind of thing. So
it's funny how that works out.
Yeah.
Right. You take the class, and then
Yeah.
it's almost like the universe starts to answer that
Yeah.
call a little bit.
yeah, I
Yeah.
heard it. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The feet are a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
My wife got really heavy into studying the feet,
yeah,
and like yourself, that really opened my eyes. Like, oh, it's not just one bone at the bottom of your body. You
Yeah.
know, it's a whole bunch of
it's
separate
a dynamic
stuff
structure. Yeah.
that should move somewhat independently.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What was it? It was saying. I think it was like 25 of all your bones are in your feet. 25% rather of
Yeah.
all your bones are in your feet.
A whole quarter of the bones in your body just chilling down
right
there.
down there. They all have their own movements. They all have their own connective tissue, and they all move a little differently. So
Yeah.
making sure that that's all taken care of has been one of my. It's been cool to see people come in here hobbling in and then leaving. I feel a lot better. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Yeah.
Well, when I was teaching it over at a school, I had
Mhm.
these big shoes on with like the anti roll bar and the arch support and stuff like that, which
Yeah.
which I feel is fine if you need that. Like if you cannot sustain that,
Yeah.
that's a great place to start, right?
Mhm.
Me being a young dude who didn't have any like ankle issues or knee issues or anything,
Sure.
probably shouldn't have been wearing that. Definitely developed knee issues
Yeah.
over the years. Definitely developed ankle issues. Started feeling like I couldn't really like generate any power.
Yeah.
Started wearing these flat shoes, right, with like zero support, all give. All those issues went away.
Yeah.
Virtually overnight.
Yeah. It's crazy how that happened.
Yeah.
Because I was the same way. I'd have big, bulky, running shoes or something like that. And then being in clinic, I try to be all fancy. I get these narrow box wingtips.
Uh-huh.
And, as soon as I started following the foot collector, I was like, get rid of these. And I got these Merrells, the barefoots that I've been wearing, and kind
Those
of
look awesome.
wearing the crap out of them already. Need a new pair, but I wear these, in clinic attire, and nobody said anything. They probably noticed, but I don't care.
Yeah.
But my feet have been feeling great ever since. And then I actually went back to, Converse one day, and I was like, oh my goodness, what have I been doing to myself? My feet are all jammed up in there. So
Yeah. And just when you have that change in your feet, like
yeah,
your attitude changes, you
Mhm.
look lighter, you feel lighter,
yeah,
you're more fun to be around.
yeah.
You
It's crazy how that just a little bit of tweaking in your footwear can have that upstream effect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of interesting conversations
I
together.
hope so. That'd be fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love reaching out to the community and get to know
Sure.
people. So I'd love if we could do maybe a video series or even just something simple like this, an audio series sometime.
Sure. Yeah. We can do that a lot.
Cool, man. Because you have a big brain, and I want to get to know that brain a little bit
It's
more.
in this big head of mine. Yeah. Yeah.
Where can these guys find you at?
Our website isn't quite up yet, but we're going to be at Lifestyle Chiro. That's CHIROAZ.com. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks. And then you can find us on Instagram at Lifestyle Chiro AZ, and as well as Facebook at Lifestyle Chiro AZ as well. We post periodically. We're going to have a bunch of Facebook series and Instagram stuff coming up hopefully soon.
Nice.
Once we get a little free time, bust my camera out and start recording some stuff. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. And then we are currently located at the Yavapai Chiropractic Clinic at 142 North Rush Street in Prescott, Arizona.
Right across from Yavapai College.
Right across, on Rush Street, right across from the college, right a few miles from downtown Square. So if you're ever in town, come check us out. Yeah.
Yeah, real easy place to find. If I could find it this morning, y'all can find it. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Well, great, man. I'm sure we're going to be doing more talks and stuff
Sure,
like that.
yeah, look forward to it.
I don't want to squeeze too much out of this. And thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you
Really
for coming.
today.
I wasn't expecting, like you said, I've been reaching out to everybody, and everybody's kind of like, eh. But it takes a little time.
Yeah, and I do apologize. I mean, this last week's been so hectic.
No,
Like,
don't worry about it. Yeah,
but
I appreciate you coming.
We made this happen.
Yeah,
We'll make it
yeah.
happen again, man. Awesome.
Get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, check him out, and when you're done checking him out, make sure you get some work from him. And
Yeah.
if you need a massage, well, come check us out.
Yeah.
We'll figure
I've
all
heard
that
good
out together.
things about you guys. So.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
We try to keep it that way.